Hey there. It's Tuesday, March something, and I just want to do a quick video um kind of how all of my disease and everything started. So, I moved from Arizona here in 2011 December, and I got a great job with a wonderful florist in 2012. And it was around May or June during graduation, and we were processing dozens and dozens of roses to sell at the graduation for like UCSD and USD. And I remember I got a whole bunch of finger pricks in my rose pricks in my finger, this one right here. And over the next couple days, the finger started to swell. The back of the skin, it turned black and it went down my arm. And unfortunately, it was the beginning of summer. We were shorthanded, so I was not able to go to the doctor. Plus, I didn't have insurance. So finally went to urgent care in about August 2012 and did some tests. Couldn't figure anything out. He did an ANA test, and it had come out positive, but the urgent care didn't tell me. So I made it a follow-up appointment with just a local clinic. I filed for Medi-Cal and all that here in San Diego, and it was a wonderful Dr. Casillas there who told me that I had positive ANAs for an autoimmune disease. And at that time, that was about August of 2012, just things in my health just started to deteriorate. Stomach pains, having all these brown spots on my back, stuff like that. And I was thought I got some kind of poisoning from the roses chemicals because they were shipped in from Colombia, but nothing was ever came up on any of the blood work. We did lupus, Addison's, dermatomyositis, myositis, over and over and over again, and nothing ever came out positive. So, um, 2012, I just felt my health going down. 2013, was working at a great candy store. I had an ulcer on my finger. That was there for quite a few months. He put me on amlopidine, got cleared up. Still doing blood work, still nothing coming out. It wasn't until the ending of February in 2014 that I was manager at a candy store here. I was only a manager for a few months, and I was to the point where I couldn't walk, I couldn't hold a water bottle. Carrying the 5-10 pound bags of candy was just a challenge. Couldn't get up off the floor one day. Couldn't get myself up off the chairs here at home, and extreme fatigue. So my coworkers finally said, go to the doctor. And I did. And I was coughing up blood for a few months. So I told them that I was coughing up blood. So they quarantined me thinking that I had tuberculosis. And I was in a room all by myself, the big machine, and everybody had to wear masks that came in. Turned out it wasn't TB. I had to do 3 days of testing. And it was the erosion of my esophagus from stomach acids coming up. So it did the acid reflux thing and all that. And I was there for about 4 or 5 days when a wonderful Dr. Bettini came in and finally said that it's scleroderma. And I remember I had read about it, but I wasn't too sure. Scott was sitting by my side the whole time, and he had come in with a couple of student doctors because the hospital is a teaching hospital. And I heard the words fatal, incurable, and of course, they always say 5 years. Told me about the support group, about Helene Goldstein, a wonderful woman who helps run it here. And he told me that to get in touch with them. And a couple weeks later, I ended up having to quit my job. And scleroderma took over my life. I was just deteriorating, losing about 7 pounds a week. I didn't even realize I had lost over 20 pounds when my manager at work said, you need to get some clothes that fit you. These are too big. And I didn't see it, but everybody kept saying, wow, you look great. You're losing weight. You're losing weight. And it was just the stomach problems, eating food, it hurting going down, it hurting in my intestines, and it hurting when it came out. Um, I wasn't soaking up any nutrients, any vitamins. And later I found out that it was the scleroderma that wasn't allowing me to, process the necessities to keep my body going. I weighed about 227. And as of a couple weeks ago, I was down to 121. I lost about 100 pounds in a year. It's the best diet ever. So, for the past 2 years, I've just been fighting everything. I've heard the words that it's progressing extremely fast in me, and broke my leg. We all know about that. Fell down one day. I was getting the strength and learning to walk more independently. Um, when I fell and broke my femur, the whole knuckle by the right knee just broke off. Luckily, it stood in place, so I didn't have to worry about it moving or anything. So now I'm going on into March of 2016. All my friends and family, everybody knows about my disease. Everybody's aware of it. I've got my wonderful Scleroderma page that I thank all of you for being on with me. Scleroderma Smarter. My whole goal is to make you guys laugh and not dwell on the pain that we go through, on all the medications, all the doctor's visits, all the, oh, thank you for inviting me, but I can't go. I'm too tired. Or, being able to go out to dinner with your friends, and that's it. I have been stuck in my bed for about a year and a half. I have no energy or no strength to get myself out of bed. Can't, do the whole arm raising. That's about as high as it goes. Cut off all my hair so that it's easier to manage. And, that's as much as my arm will straighten out. Can you see that? Oh, there's my commode. How embarrassing. You see that? It doesn't straighten anymore. And of course, the infamous hands. We all know what that's like. So I just wanted to come on here really quick and just give my quick story. And I don't think anybody's ever really heard it. Um, I'm on medications for pain, gabapentin, metoprolol, amlodipine for blood pressure, for the blood flow we all have to deal with. And like we all know, there is at the moment no cure. There's things we could take to try to help. I'm hopefully going to get on Southsep soon. Tried the methotrexate, but that'll take me off because within these 2 years, the scleroderma has gone into my lungs, and I now have the fibrosis in my lungs. My breathing is okay. I do feel it lately that it is a little bit more. I'm taking a lot of more deep breaths. And I've gone through the whole heart problem thing. Was back in the hospital last year for every heart test you could possibly think of, but it was fine. I just have a little misbeat of the heart. I did do the costochondritis, where the chest wall, the ribs get swollen and kind of pushes on your chest. I do have the tightening of the skin all over my body, and I could feel it getting worse every day. My toes are curling up. Shoes hurt, so I don't wear those. And just the regular aches and pains that go along with this disease that none of us ever asked for. I never thought that at 44 I would have lost my dream job, not the one out my career, but it was a great job, doing great things. I mean, who doesn't love selling candy to kids? I met some amazing people, and I've lost all that. I've lost my identity. I've lost my freedom. I've lost my independence, and I don't want to lose my life. I'm trying to battle this thing so I could go on another 10, 15 years. But in all honesty, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the effects every day. I feel like I'm getting one day closer every day. Um, Intestinal problems are back, breathing problems are back, and I just want to keep fighting. We got to support scleroderma and scleroderma research, and you got to help find a secure. The walk is coming up in a couple months. Please, I want to see as many of my friends and family out there, and support all of the foundations in your countries, your neighborhoods, your towns, your states, because we've got to get this disease under control. We got to get the government to pay attention to us and do everything we can to survive. So now I'm going to keep fighting for my children and for Scott. For those of you that have stood by me, Maribel, Veronica, Carmen Amparo, thanks for coming and visiting me. Veronica, you've always shown great support with me. All my cousins, anybody on Facebook. I love it when you just at least give me the thumbs up. My family, my niece, Ashley. Thank you for having my little guy, Matthew. I want to watch him grow up. And thank you guys. And I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. And we gotta find a cure. So support your local Scleroderma Foundation. Bye.